Few weeks ago, I uploaded an interactive epic feed prototype on my TikTok account, and in this video, I'll be showing us how I achieve that prototype using Figma and Protopie. Now, let's get started. The first thing I'll be doing is to export this design to my Protopie. The design has been selected already. I'll go to my plugin and select my Protopie plugin. For my Protopie plugin, since I have the design selected, I will click on export to export this design to my Protopie. Here is my design in Protopie. The next thing I'll be doing is to add some trigger to this design. But before I do that, I have to create an input text here. Instead of using this one, I'll create another one using Protopie. On the text input, instead of text, I will select input and I will drag to this size, to previous size, this size. The size the size is 348 and 40. 348 and 40 or 348 pixel and 40 pixel. I'll give it a radius of 7. I'll remove the placeholder. I think there's something. Let me remove the placeholder again. I remove the placeholder. Remove the fill and give it a border, and I'll delete the previous one. I'll delete the previous one, which is this one. Okay, let me go back and give it a radius of 7. Okay, it's rotation. So sorry, I'm mistaking it for the radius. I'll give it a radius of 7. It's time to add the trigger. On this button, I'll click on add trigger on tap. When the button is tapped, I'll set a condition. For add this condition, on this condition, instead of selecting the frame, I will come to the formula and I'll type this number, open brackets, close brackets, inverted quotation, input, the name of the new input that I created, input 1 dot text if it's less than 18. If it's less than 18, I want to do something, and this is what I want to do. I want to change this text to red, but before I can do that, I have to make it editable. Then I'll come down. I'll change the color from this color to this color. Then I'll reduce the opacity. I'll set the opacity to 0. Then I'll come here again on my condition. Then I want to show this error message. So I'll set the opacity to 100 for the error message. Then the next one is the border. Type my border of inputs. I'll select the border. I'll give it this color, the same color with the text, and set the opacity to 100 as well. So let's check. Once you click on this, it's working perfectly. Then the next thing, I'll add another condition. Condition that, like we did for the first one, I'm going to do the same thing for the second one. Number, So now be number, open bracket, close bracket, inverted quotation, input one dot text. So if it's greater than or equals to 18, I want to set the opacity of that error message. I'll set it to 0, opacity to 0, and the border, I'll set the border. I have to select the border, the input border. I'll set the input border to black instead of the red that it is before. Then for the button, I'll click on color, then I'll select the button. This is my button. No, it's not the text, it's the frame itself. Then I'll set the fill to this color, to this color. I'll give it 100%. Let's check again and see if it's working. Enter here and press 12. See, it was better than 18. 16. Let's try again. It was better than 18. Now let's set to 18. As you can see, the error message disappears once the input is 18 or greater than 18. This is how we can create an interactive input feed using Protopie and Figma. I hope you are able to do this on your own. Thanks for your time. See you in my next video. Bye.